Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Grassy Surge Podcast. So, as I mentioned in episode 3, the recording date was a little off. For example, episode 3 was recorded on a Friday. This is being recorded on the Monday right after the said Friday. So, no, wait, not even Monday. This is Tuesday. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the schedule for this is a little off. Mostly because of my trip being on Thursday, as well as always, this episode is also just me and my wonderful friend Septel720. See, I didn't butcher it this time. I didn't just call you someone. How are you doing?
Didn't butcher it this time, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Hey everybody, what's up? Septile720 here. And we are back with Grassy Surge. More of the chills, the thrills, the voices of us on a podcast.
Yeah. So, the reason why we're recording this on Tuesday is because we had to reschedule. How much do you want to get into that, actually? Why did we reschedule?
That is actually a very simple answer. The reason why we had to reschedule is it's actually because of me.
Yeah, oh no! Wow, I didn't ruin everything this time. I'm kidding.
Oh, we're gonna go there. Don't you go there, pal. Don't you go there. But in all seriousness, what happened was basically a lack of sleep. Just I was sleep deprived. Monday night, yesterday night, as of this recording, I was just so tired that I didn't even want to do anything. I legit didn't want to do anything. I was not in a great mood. I'm better than I was. I mean, I'm still a bit tired, but better than I was. At least don't feel like I'm gonna strangle something.
That's good. Strangling's not good for you or for the person or thing you're strangling. Anyway.
Now, it's just like, when you get back from a college break, the first day just slams you hard. Because you've been on break for a whole week, and then just for everything to come back at you at once is just... It's not always the best thing, but, it's just how it is sometimes.
This is the first time for me hearing about how it was for you last yesterday, right? And it's making me feel a bit better. I don't know if it's making me feel better or worse. The fact that your comfort seemed to have been Genshin for the last 2 days.
The only reason why I was playing Genshin so much is I was trying to get Sino so badly, but I couldn't get him.
Yeah.
And what happened was I tried getting him one more wish in today, but I was only left with 3 minutes to defeat a few enemies just to get at least 10 of those gems, and then by the time I finished, I ran out of time.
Oh, that sucks.
Because my Genshin decided to be an asshole and basically just not work. It just kept on lagging so hard.
Basically crash?
I had to restart the whole game just to get it to function. Ridiculous. I have no idea what it was doing.
Okay. That was really funny. Okay, so in post, y'all are not going to understand what just happened. So he was like, Genshin decided to, and then Discord just crashed.
Oh, great!
You're gonna have to repeat yourself, my friend.
Oh, great! Discord, our best friend.
Oh yeah,
great, awesome, outstanding, amazing. As I was saying, Genshin decided to be an asshole and decided to lag like no tomorrow in terms of being very, very slow.
Yeah.
So it kind of interrupted my playtime, so I had to restart the game in order to just get a decent play. And even then, it took me a while to get back to smoother gameplay.
I didn't get on Genshin for longer than like 5 minutes today. Did that game give you like that thing on the top of your screen saying, "Hey, Genshin will close in sub-minutes"?
No.
It didn't? So it wasn't an update, just the banner was rolling over. Okay, that makes sense.
I guess.
Because last time we got a banner update, last 2 times I've been playing during a banner was about to update, there was an actual game update, so I had to close Genshin during the duration of the banner change. But I'm guessing they just changed the banner willy-nilly with no
Yeah.
need for an update. Oh, well. I guess
No.
that probably could have meant that I could have streamed tonight. But, oh, well, I'll stream tomorrow. That just dated this episode. Because this is coming out while I'm at PAX. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, like I said in episode 3, there's not going to be any how was your weeks or how was your weeks, because we said that like 2 days ago. 3 days ago? 4 days ago. It was not that long ago, right?
It wasn't very long ago.
No. And also the reason why episode 3 is on my mind so much is simply because I was editing episode 3 all day today. So I have the previous episode on my mind while recording this episode. I'm going to make sure that doesn't skew it too much because we actually have a theme for this episode. There's a specific topic we wanted to talk about. So that should help from me not saying, oh yeah, RPG. No.
RPG. This RPG, that RPG, everything with the RPG.
Okay, well, enough acting like we're 10 years old. But wait, actually, you know what? Speaking of 10 years old, how old were you when you first started playing Pokemon?
How old was I when I first started playing Pokemon?
Yes, you weren't 10. I know this for sure, right?
No.
Mhm.
My first game was Pokemon Mega Ruby.
Yep.
Which came out about 2014, 15, I believe.
I'll put the actual date on screen if he's wrong.
Right. So, ranging from that, I was about 13, 14 years old when I started Pokemon.
You were older.
Yes.
Oh,
Like 3 years.
Yeah,
4 years.
I forgot that the guy with an actual like Pokemon jacket as his mascot didn't play Pokemon until after he was of age in the Pokemon world.
Excuse me? You doubting my jacket now?
I'm not.
I
I simply forget that you got into Pokemon later than I did.
Well, excuse me. There was a history to that.
Excuse me, princess.
Okay, let me be honest with you. Pokemon back then, to me, it didn't stand out as much as it does now. I don't know, something about it just didn't click with me. And once the time of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, I finally decided, you know what, I got the system. Why not give them a try? See if I like Pokemon. I have not regretted that decision one day in my life.
Hell yeah. For me, Pokemon was interesting. So when I was born, right? It all began when I was born. Not really.
Oh,
So
we're
my
going back in time.
Okay. My parents actually played Pokemon before I did, obviously. So my parents were into Gens 1 through 4, and then I was born roughly around Gen 4 was when Gen 4 was popular-ish. I don't know. I forget. I'm an 04 baby. That will tell you it date on screen. There you go. I'm not giving you my birth date, but I am. Anyway, I got this. So,
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah,
I got into Pokemon when I was I was playing it a lot when I was like 5 or 6. I played Gale of Darkness specifically. That is one of the first Pokemon games I have memories of playing. However, my brother has informed me that we actually played a bit of Pokemon through the main series through Gen 3, specifically Fire Red Leaf Green. I don't know how. I don't remember playing Fire Red Leaf Green when I was, 5 or 6 or 7. My only memories of Pokemon is actually Gale of Darkness. That's one of my earliest memories of Pokemon. And then when I turned 8, I was given a DS for my birthday. And along with that, my parents handed down Diamond and Pearl to me and my brother. And that was my first owned Pokemon game, Pokemon Diamond. And I was 8. So I actually started playing Pokemon when I was younger than the protagonist. So that's fun. Yeah.
So wait, you're saying you went on a legal Pokemon journey?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
My mother threw me out the house when I was 8 years old.
Oh God. Oh no.
Throw that out of context, will you?
Oh, throw that out of context, yeah.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
But yeah, so But when I got into Pokemon, right? If you're doing the math, you are correct. I actually got into Pokemon while Black and White was out. Why didn't I get Black and White? I don't know. As you know from previous episodes, I still haven't played Black and White 2. And I got in
Why?
I fell in love with Pokemon during Black and White 2, and to this day I've never played the damn game.
Never played them. Right? Why, my beautiful comments section for this channel, have we not dissed this guy for not playing this game?
It's mostly because the episodes are still brand new. So
We gotta diss him, guys. Come on, I wanna see some diss. I wanna say, why haven't you played Black and White 2?
maybe one day, chat. There are so many games I still have not played that I own.
Like Cuphead.
Yeah, episode 3 is a really good example of that. But we are not talking about that. It's in my mind, but we're not talking about it. I promise this episode we aren't going to talk about it. Okay. So it's funny how I mentioned that there was a theme for this episode, and I asked the first question of said theme, and I still haven't explained what the theme is. I'm sure you guys could probably guess what it is at this point. I'm sure you know what it is, right, Septile? It's almost like we, totally didn't discuss it beforehand, right?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's about history. I have no idea. Maybe it's about the history of how we play Pokemon. I have no idea.
I was about to say, because you were like, you were going to talk about history, and I was like, you know what? I always hated history in school.
Well, this history at least you'll love.
I mean, I can't go through with it. I can't go through with it.
This man has no response.
I was trying to diss you, and I just couldn't go through with it.
Exactly.
So, in clear terms, this episode is all about dissing on. Nope, wait. This episode is all about.
What were you? What? What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
It's dissing on this bozo in his Septile looking hoodie.
Excuse me. This was created by somebody very special.
Artist.
A commission by an artist who is a good friend. Don't diss him.
I'm not dissing the artist. I'm dissing you.
You're dissing me.
I'm dissing
Don't diss
you.
my jacket. Don't diss my jacket. My jacket is beautiful and you know it.
It's Septile.
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfection.
Well, all right. So the theme of this episode actually is all about our history with the Pokemon franchise, as well as our history as friends. Simply because Pokemon and our friendship is quite interwoven. Especially in more recent years, I think. No, it was more so before. But anyway.
It was more in like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Our friendship with Pokemon has really was more in like, I would say 2019.
It was more in the first few. It was more in the first couple of years.
Few years. First few years.
First 3 or 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, right, as we both mentioned, we both started playing Pokemon at different times. I started playing Pokemon quite a bit earlier than he did. I started playing Pokemon roughly around Black and White 2. He started playing Pokemon roughly around, was it actually roughly around Oraz's release?
Yes.
Okay, so he started playing that roughly around Oraz's release, right? The time difference between those doesn't matter because we're like, how old are we? Like 2 years apart, roughly, right?
What? How in our ages?
Actual ages, yeah.
We're 3 years.
How old are you?
21.
21. You're 21 in 2023. I am 19.
Wait, no. I'm 22 in 2023.
Oh, your birthday hasn't shown up yet. I forgot about that. You turned 20. Yeah, you were. Yeah. Well, no. Yes, 3 years. Sorry. Yeah, he is 3 years older than me, so you could probably say that. Oh gosh, I don't know because I started playing Oraz roughly around the same time he did because I got it a couple months after its release. I think I got it in like January or something. I can't remember.
I got it basically a month after release. I got it on Christmas Day of that year.
That makes sense. I got mine sometime between January and March, probably February. Sometime in February, I got mine. Anyway, so yeah, and then sometime afterwards, around the time of Sun and Moon, right? By this point, I had been playing Pokemon. I played Diamond Pearl. I played Diamond, then switched to Platinum. That's a whole story for itself. I traded games with one of my brothers. That was, yeah. So I played Platinum, and then I got Pokemon Y for my 10th birthday or 11th birthday, one of the two.
Still haven't played
Pokemon Y? Well, no, the thing is, I played Pokemon Y all the way through. I fucking loved that game. And then someone said they wanted to borrow it. They wanted to... No, they didn't. That was a different game.
You're just going off tonight, man.
Yeah, so the Pokemon Y I got for my birthday, and then I brought it to school one day because someone else in my friend group had like X or something, and I needed some Virgin exclusives, or I wanted to show off some of my shinies or something, right? I don't even think I had shinies. I wanted to show off some of the event Pokemon because I had Volcanion, I had Hoopa, I had Diancie, and all that, right? I was super excited. Don't ask where they...
Pretty much most of the event Pokemon.
I had most, yeah. I had most of the event Pokemon, right? But then what happened was I was on the bus and somebody stole the damn copy. They stole it from me. And you know what?
Oh.
I eventually went to their house, right? And I knew it was them who stole it from me because they were like super smug about it not being them, even though they were the one that sat next to me, right? I had the game like in my pocket or something, and it was gone, right?
Right.
And so I knew it was him, and I knew he stole it, right? I eventually went to his house one day, right? Just a hangout. I fucking saw the game, but like he claimed it was his. It had his save file in it and everything, right? It was his in theory, right? I don't know. I only saw it for a few seconds because he took it because he probably would have known that I would have taken it back, right? But then I saw a copy of Heart Gold. I had never played Heart Gold up to that point. Heart Gold was over never, right? And it was there. I actually, for a solid 30 minutes, had it in my pocket. I planned on stealing that.
Oh,
I was gonna
God.
get him back for it, and that would have been a fucking steal, dude. Trading Y for Heart Gold would have been a fucking steal. But no, I took it out of my pocket, put it back in his little toy box, and I took a Mario Galaxy B. Mario in a bee costume for Mario Galaxy. And I walked out the house and never saw him again.
That's well, okay.
Because he never would have seen that coming, right? He never would have batted an eye if he lost a B toy, Mario B, right? But I would have gotten a fucking beating from my mom if I had stolen Heart Gold. Because she never would have bothered to listen to the story of, me getting my copy of Y stolen. I don't even think she remembered that I lost my Y copy. So yeah, that was my history with Pokemon. I think the last thing was since then I got both copies from Sun and Moon all the way. Well, no, because I got both Sun and Moon for my birthday, and then I got Ultra Sun and Moon. I think I got Ultra Sun for my birthday, and then through birthday money I bought myself Ultra Moon. And then for Sword and Shield, I only bought Sword on release day, and then I bought Shield like a couple of months later. And then for Scarlet Violet, I bought the double pack. But that's just my history with Pokemon games in general. I'm very curious to hear yours, because I don't think I've heard this story yet. Except so.
Okay. Let's see. So, obviously I started with Pokemon Mega Ruby.
Mhm.
I did get Alpha Sapphire, because back then, when I started my Pokemon thing, I wanted to get both versions, originally, for every, Christmas or so.
Okay.
So, between Gen 6 and Gen 7, I was basically getting both games. I was getting Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, Moon. I got X and Y in between the break between 2015 and 2017, because remember, in 2016, there was no new Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the year I actually decided to pick up X and Y, 2016. I played those games that year. Then it was Sun and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Moon. And then I stopped doing that with Ultra Sun and Moon, because the games were switching to the Switch. Transition there. So I got my Switch back in 2017, when it came out, the Christmas of. And then I started picking up my own copies of my Pokemon games, which was Pokemon Shield, Sword, Let's Go Eevee, and Scarlet. Those are the current ones I have. I currently don't have Let's Go Pikachu or Violet because Let's Go Pikachu I just never picked up. I do want to pick it up one day, and Violet I'm not going to pick up until they actually fix the damn game.
Yeah.
That's a story. That's a story from episode 1. You want to hear the full thing about how we feel with Scarlet and Violet? Just watch episode 1 again.
And technically too, because we rambled on it on accident.
So then,
and episode 3, we talked about a lot of Scarlet and Violet. We're not going to talk about that today.
Right. So then, in between the periods of getting the new games, I decided to pick up some of the older games. So, I remember my White 2 version. I had picked that up for a birthday because I knew I was going on a trip to Florida that summer. So I wanted a game to keep myself entertained while I was on this trip. So I picked up the used copy from GameStop of Pokemon White 2. That was a fun experience, man. I loved White 2. I really did. I loved my team, too. It was really cool. It wasn't even a full Gen 5 team. It was actually some Gen 5 mons and some older mons. That's like the first time I actually used, like, Ampharos, for example.
Bro, I'm crying.
That's the first time I used it. Why?
I still haven't played the game.
And I have.
Yes, you have. Also, I was like, ooh, you mentioned what year you got your Switch. I actually made a post on my personal Instagram on the day that I got my Switch. Because I was weird. June 11th, 2019 was when I got my Switch. Yeah. I bought half of it. My dad covered off the rest of the cost. Because I planned on buying a used Switch that had like broken parts and stuff. But my dad was like, no. You've been a good boy at school. You can go ahead and get the full Switch. I'll help you. I was like, okay. Sure. I mean, I don't mind having no games till the end of the year. My first actual game on the Switch was Smash Bros. So that was fun. Anyway,
okay. So let me. I don't mean to interrupt, but I'll go ahead and continue with the rest of the used games because the next story with the next 2 games was actually really interesting. I probably did tell you this story. Actually, okay. I have 2 more. I have 2 stories with 2 other Pokemon games.
All right.
Actually, I completely forgot about a story. So back when I had gotten Pokemon Sun, which was in 2017, I played the crap out of it. I really did. I just kept on, I completed the Pokedex, got the shiny charm, got my team buffed up, and got a few shinies in the copy. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna get more shiny stuff. It's gonna be great. And then one day, while on my way to school, I was playing some Pokemon, and for some odd reason, I decided to take the cartridge out of my 3DS and have it in my pocket.
Oh my lord.
Now, what is the recipe for disaster with a cartridge in his pocket getting off a school bus?
This story is like suspiciously similar to mine.
It is almost similar to it because I lost the damn cartridge.
Oh my lord.
I don't know where it fell. I tried looking for it, and what just happened? Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Where was I?
A story that's suspiciously similar to mine.
Right. So I lost the cartridge, and I was freaking out. Like, I was trying to look for it. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was mortified. I was just like, why? I put so much time into that game and all that. I was upset. So basically all I did is just opened up my Moon copy and did the exact same thing. I have that Moon copy to this day with a full Pokedex and a lot of shinies.
Hell yeah.
And then the second story. The second story is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually grabbed my Heart Gold and Platinum at the same time, which currently my Heart Gold is somewhere and I don't know where it is and I'm still trying to look for it to this day. But that's a story for another day. Hopefully I'll find that. I'll keep you updated. Anyway, so my friend Mike had 2 copies of Heart Gold and at least 2 copies of Platinum. I wanted to at least, have one or at least try it for a while and then give it back possibly. But my friend Mike gave me an ultimatum basically. Not that he announced it, but he wanted a special card variant of a Yu-Gi-Oh card called the Red Eyes Black Dragon. And so, as the friend I was, I promised him I would go get it for him. So I was able to find it on Amazon for a good price. I bought it and got it sent to him. And then once he found his hard gold and his version of platinum without the sticker, he gave me the games to play. Now, originally I was supposed to give them back, but I asked if I could make an offer to him. He said he would do anything in return for the Yu-Gi-Oh card I gave him. So I asked him, listen, for that card I gave you, could I just keep these games? Because I know you have the second heart gold already and another platinum. And he said, yes. I had gotten that heart gold and platinum for $24.
Jesus, that's...
Wow. I wasn't
Wow.
trying to rip him off. I legitimately asked. He could have said no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it out there. He could have said no, and he could have, made me return the games. But he did say yes. He consented to it.
That's...
Again,
wow.
I need to find that heart gold. I know it's somewhere. I just need to find it. I will find it eventually. Hopefully it still works by the time I find it. But either way.
Yeah, it should. Those things are durable.
Either way. I basically had a fair deal. I gave him something he really wanted. In return, he gave me something I really wanted. So it was basically a fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
It was a variant of Red Eyes that probably now goes for a decent amount of money. So honestly, the price I paid for it is probably pennies compared to what it's worth today.
Yeah.
And then the final two games I picked up, besides Scarlet and Violet, I picked up a copy of Pokemon Black at this old retro gaming store. That was basically just another Christmas present. $30 too. And then finally, the final game to come into my collection as of recent, well, besides a copy of Pokemon Coliseum, but yeah, that's an $80 purchase I'm regretting a lot. Yeah, I really got to go send that thing in for repairs somewhere. So, besides that, the only other copy of Pokemon game I've picked up was a copy of Pokemon Sapphire. Now, this was interesting. So I found a copy of Sapphire for like $20 off of GameStop's website. I'm like, oh, $50, $20. Okay, why not? It was legitimate. It looked legitimate at least. The problem was it barely worked. I kept on trying to use the old alcohol method. I did get it to work eventually for a little bit. And then it just started not working again. And I'm just like, really? And clean after clean after clean, nothing changed about the Sapphire copy. So I just went on Amazon and found a better copy for a little bit more money. I will admit it was $50. But at the same time, it was a copy of Sapphire, which completely worked. And still works. So, yeah. So my retro history with Pokemon is honestly like getting past copies from either a friend or basically buying them. So, but besides those, the mainline Pokemon games, starting with Pokemon Shield, I've been paying myself.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my big history with getting the games.
My history is nowhere near as long-winded. I got most of my games were I either bought them myself, got them given to me as a gift from Christmas birthday, because my birthday is really, really, really close to Christmas. And then most of all the games were handed down. I bought them myself, or they were given to me through Christmas. When it came to how I got platinum, my brother and I had Diamond and Pearl, and then my stepbrother had Platinum. But he was like, Platinum's too hard. Why is your game so much easier? And I was like, okay, you want my game? Give me Platinum. And I had like the best poker face you could possibly have, because inside I knew that I would be getting a much better game if we traded. And it was like, yeah, sure. And he gave me his Platinum for my Diamond. And I was like, you know what? You sucker. You fell for it. Yeah, he's still not mad about it. He doesn't worry about it. I actually have his copy of Diamond and my brother's copy of Pearl now. So it didn't even matter. So I was like, I've never played Black and White before. I want a copy of Black and White, but I'm broke. So instead of looking get rich quick schemes or actually trying to get a job, or just waiting, I was like, you know what? Let me see. I got like $15 to my name. What can I buy? I found on eBay a $5 copy of Japanese Pokemon White. I bought it. And the copy was legit. So I got a legit copy of Pokemon White in Japanese for $5. Yeah, I got lucky. So if any of my friends needed, if anyone friends needed Masuda Ditto, I got you. It's just gonna take me some transferring up. But yeah, at least I think I can do it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can get the Dittos from the Japanese copy once I finally beat it, and then trade it over to the English copy, get the transferred up. Then yeah, I can get unlimited Masuda Dittos. Let's go. But yeah, and then I did eventually reclaim my copy of White. I mean, why? But not before I found a random copy of X in GameStop and bought that instead. Because I was like, I want to play this game again. It's been so long. And I think it's relatively uninteresting, the rest of my collections of the games. All I need to say is that I have every main series Pokemon game. Besides, I have them all physical, besides Yellow and Crystal. Unless you also want to count Green, then I don't have Green. But yeah, I actually really want to talk about, because we're already like half an hour in. I really want to talk about our shared history with Pokemon, because that is very interesting.
I mean, going into the histories about us in Pokemon first, how we got the games. I mean, it's a stepping stone. It's basically, tells us, basically shows that we got these games legit. Like, our past of these games. Yeah, we've had some missteps with losing some of the games and possibly getting them through trades and all that. But, we still got them. It's just, it took a while after we both started, but we still got some of the games on our own.
Mm-hmm.
With not having to worry about virtual console.
I think I got more of the games on my own than you did. I had to buy my own copy of X. I had to buy my own copy of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I had to buy my own copy of Ultra Moon and Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet. I bought most of the Pokemon games on my own, and Black and White. Sorry, yeah. But
I realized I was,
you got into it a lot later, and the fact that you seem to be much more dedicated to each game you got, and you were more into academics than I was. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah.
So you were more focused on school. You're more focused on what you were doing besides Pokemon. So it makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't have gone out of your way to spend all of the money you did get on just about anything else. But yeah, no. Can I go ahead and get us started on this topic? I know exactly how to start us off.
All right. Book it.
It was one fateful day on a chat room platform. You might have heard of it. Amino. So,
the cringe.
I was a humble little 14, 15-year-old. I don't know. I think I was like, no, wait. I was 15. Yes, I was 15. It was April when I was 15. I can't for the life of me remember the year. 2018, that's right. It was April 2018. I was 15 years old, right? I was like, hey, I'm liking Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I got nobody to talk to about it. I live in the country. I live in the country, and I know like nobody, right? I'm barely making friends in high school. So I was like, hey, I want people to talk to, right? By this point, I haven't started Discord, right? I barely used Instagram other than taking some cool photos that I liked. And so it's okay. I went online on Amino, joined the Pokemon community, created my own chat room, a group chat room of shiny hunting. But I labeled it shiny racing. I was like, hey, I wanted to shiny race with people because that was something that was really interesting to me because I liked competitive when I was growing up. And so there was this person that I met. This is gonna be before Septal, simply because explaining this also leads into it a lot better. So this is also going to be the history of my shiny hunting Discord. So let's keep that in mind. So I labeled it shiny racing, and I was like, hey, people join me. I want to hunt with people. And we got into a call. It was this person named Penguin. That's all they went for. There was they also went by like Imperial 1 or just 1 or one Penguin 1 or just things things around those words, right? And me and this person hung out. We hunted for a little bit. It was great. I don't remember what I got. I don't know. Maybe pick or something. I don't know. And then we created a Discord out of nowhere. They're like, hey, this is Discord. I was like, oh, I know what this is. I'd used it for a couple months. I was like, I joined like maybe Steam Universe RP servers. That's a whole different story. I wasn't really doing anything on Discord, basically. And then I joined that server. And then they gave me like admin perms and stuff. And then I started using that Discord a bit, right? I was like, hey, let's bring other people from Amino. We went back onto Amino, grabbed this guy. He changes his name a lot. I'm not going to say his real name, but this guy was our first member besides me and Penguin, right? We got some people started joining in slowly. And then I met Septile out of nowhere on a random group chat that I created on Amino. And we just got onto a call. I don't know how long we sat on Amino before we moved to Discord.
I think I should probably take over here.
Yeah, my memory's not going to serve me.
I do remember this.
Okay.
So it was a random day on my spring break. I was on spring break when this happened. Okay. When I started. I was just basically going around, I believe it was the shiny hunting community, Amino. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. I believe we moved over there at some point.
Or maybe the main. I don't remember exactly. But I was looking through chats and everything, because back then on Amino, you're basically just looking through chats to just see what people are doing, see if you can get into calls or whatever. So I was in the middle of doing a shiny Noibat egg with pseudo method. So randomly I just saw some guy was doing like shiny hunting and whatever, and he was going for a Cubone. And I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool. He looks like he's all alone. He was the only guy in the chat on now. So I decided, I'm gonna go ahead and join in. Let me see. So I got into the call. It was a bit awkward at first, just like hi, how you doing and all that, that kind of jazz. And then as we were continuing, we eventually said, oh, let's go ahead and shiny race. You go ahead and go for Noibat, I go ahead and go for Cubone. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? So we go ahead and start racing. And as we were racing, we start, talking more. And we start getting a bit of a connection. And on that day, I remember, you did get that shiny Cubone.
I did.
You did get it. And we were both so happy, we were joyous about it. We just generally had a great conversation that first time we met. And I don't know when I left. It might have been later in the afternoon. I don't remember exactly. But I remember, feeling happy about it. And we basically both got off, and, we said, okay, we'll talk again soon or something. And unfortunately, the history of the Amino has mostly been erased, unfortunately, and honestly, I erased it from my memory, because Amino was kind of a cringy place. Yeah. That could be an episode topic on itself, which I honestly don't want to get into.
Yeah,
but
I've gone back onto Amino to try to find where the messages are. The group chats on Amino eliminate themselves, and they don't keep records of it, so there would have been no way to find our first few messages. On top of the fact that he and I never actually DM'd, like, ever. I got him invited to the Discord through that group chat, and it's gone. So
we mostly started in that group chat. We chatted a few times after, and then after a while, he mentioned that they have a Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, might as well join it.
Was it like a separate call in Amino with Penguin to like get garner if you were like good enough to be added or something like that? It was like a 3-way call.
Maybe that might have been, yeah.
I think I remember there being a 3-way call to like interview you, like, hey, are you cool enough for our friend group? I was something like that. I remember that being how it felt between me and Penguin. We were like, so you like Pokemon, but do you like Pokemon?
It's like that statement in Undertale. You didn't gain love, but you gained love.
Yeah, I guess.
Either way, I was eventually accepted into the Discord group, the Discord server. And after that, once we finally got onto Discord, me and Gala just popped off. We just kept on, like, we have a whole archive. Like, here's what's funny is, like, a month or two before we started doing this podcast, we actually went back through our Discord messages to see what we did back then. Oh my god! We found out we've been on almost half-day calls.
Yeah, we've done like so much goofy shit. Like the first like 2 years is pure. I don't even know. It's whatever the hell Willy Wonka puts in his candy bars, man. I don't know what the fuck we were doing.
We were just chatting and shiny hunting. That's what we were doing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
We've had like 17-hour calls for like no reason. It was just. It's like okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put a screenshot in, right? I'm sorry if I can't, but like like for example, our messages would be, hey, 2-hour call. I gotta eat dinner. 2 days later, out of nowhere, 14-hour call. And that would go on for like weeks for no reason. Just unprompted. Like I'd be like going through a message chain of like yo, random gibberish and like 14 messages in a row. And then there'd be a call 4 hours long. And then the next day I would call fail. He would call fail. I would call fail. He would call 4 hours. I don't know.
I have no idea, dude.
I don't know. It just happened. Oh my lord, it was hilarious. But dude, those calls were like the best. There was some stuff I wish I could have like read just because of how much like really, really cool stuff was going on in those calls. It sucks that I can't remember them very well.
And then, okay. So once we both got comfortable on Discord for like a few months.
Quite comfortable, in fact.
Yes. Now, I could be getting the year wrong, but
probably.
Then 2019 happened. In 2019, we were all, we were just chatting and whatever. We suddenly gained the idea. I think it was a guy named L, if I'm pretty sure.
It was L's suggestion. I think Big L. If Big L, if you somehow see this video, you are a Chad. You single-handedly made our friendship a rivalry.
So his idea was to take Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and it was basically was it a race?
Yeah. So basically, the plan with Ultra Sun and Moon was we were going to have 4 people, right? Using the double battle format. It was originally called the Ultra Race. However, the reason for it wasn't that it was an actual race. It was actually to see who would beat each team the most often, right? Where we'd be split up into teams of 2, right? And each team would be dedicated to a specific starter. However, other than the starter, nobody was allowed to repeat Pokemon. Like, all 4 of us have to use completely different teams. The only overlapping factor was starters, right? And this was a really interesting concept. But I don't exactly remember, but like pretty quickly it kind of fell apart. It's
because the other 2 people that were involved weren't as interested because they got busy with life.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. So basically it was me, you, Big L, and this other person. They kind of went by Mudkip, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the username was. I'm sorry. We found them off of Amino, right? And this is not the same Mudkip you're thinking of. Tenacity is not the person we did this group. I think we actually did this. I think Tenacity was in a playthrough later on, but that didn't go through.
Yeah, I believe so.
But yeah, so it was me, this person with a Mudkip mascot, Septal, and Big L. I believe it was on my team. It was me and the Mudkip person, and then it was you and L, I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
That didn't go that far. I went through a couple trials, a couple battles, like maybe the first two battles, and then that fell apart. But that falling apart led into one of the most insane and one of my favorite playthroughs that me and Septal have done together, right?
What we decided was, because the other two had left, we both decided on ourselves that instead of basically, doing any more with them, we decided that since we were already like midway through the game, we would take over, as me and Gala would instead just become one-on-one battles and basically just continue the playthrough from where we left off.
And that was by far the best decision we could have made, because that playthrough was awesome.
It was one of the most amazing experiences to have, and the battles we had. This is the first time me and Gala had battles, like proper Pokemon battles with our teams. And I remember this playthrough so well. I remember that in this Ultra Race, you had a shiny on your team.
I did. Okay. So basically we had decided to continue. We did Hala, whatever the Hala, sorry. So we had fought Hala, and I think we did most of Akala, some of Akala. I don't even remember. All I know is from there, and this was, bear in mind, my first playthrough ever of Ultra Sun and Moon. Obviously, it wasn't that different from Sun and Moon, but this was my first experience with Ultra Sun and Moon. And so we had kept going for a little while. I don't remember our teams. I could probably list them off in post. So, but yeah, basically we had our teams building. We were doing stuff. I don't remember how the battles were going, but at some point I was like, hey, I want a shiny. So I was like, okay, I got up early in the morning. I was like, okay, I need a shiny. I want a shiny. I'm going to get a shiny. So it was early in the morning. I was like, okay, the gaming session, we planned ahead a time where we just hop in call and play. I was like, okay, I got to get a shiny by this point. So I was like trying to SOS, but like failing to, because I didn't have the proper method set up. I was just using my team. My team wasn't all that good. So I was like maybe getting like 5 calls, then losing it to it dying, or the most I would get was like 20, and then it would kill itself. And then at some point, out of nowhere, maybe just a few SOSs in, I got a shiny Snorunt. Just out of nowhere. Okay, great. I got a shiny Snorunt. So, and look, okay, he has no idea. A battle's coming up. So I quickly grind this up with the last few hours, right? And then we get into a fight. I didn't even want to wait. He's like, oh, what's that Galele doing there? You got a new team member? What? And then I just send it out and it sparkles. And the reaction is fucking priceless. Oh my god.
I just went like, what? Something like that, to that effect.
Yeah, he legit just screamed.
I wasn't expecting you to have a goddamn shiny Glalie.
Oh,
you think I was expecting you to have one?
It was so great. Oh my god. We do some tomfoolery like that from time to time. It's a lot of fun. And that was where my love for getting one shiny per team, per game, I start playing for the first time. Just because playing through with a shiny is a lot of fun, especially when you're playing with someone else and you get that shiny. So you can gives your team the edge, even when there is no actual edge. I feel like there's an edge. I feel prouder of myself when I have a shiny on my team.
We cut off a bit there, because I was going back on my 3DS to see if I could find our old battle videos, and lo and behold, I went into my Ultra Sun, which I knew I still had the option for the battle recorder, and I found them. So, if you're interested what our first Ultra race teams were, this was our first teams. So, for Gala, he had a Midday Lycanroc,
Yep.
a Tessarena, Incineroar, Slowbro, Jolteon, and the shiny Glalie.
Yep, that was my team. Yeah,
For
love them to
me,
death.
it was Mimikyu, Zoroark, Arcanine, Primarina, Ampharos, and Alakazam.
These are such weird teams. I remember these though.
Because I claimed what nobody else did. I claimed the Abra, I claimed the
Yeah,
Mareep,
yeah.
I claimed the Zorua, I claimed the Mimikyu, and I claimed the Growlithe before anybody else.
Right, yeah, because at the time, most of the Pokemon that he claimed were Pokemon that were claimed roughly around the time there were still 4 of us. So we kind of had to play around that. I got a bit luckier. For example, Jolteon was just me like claiming something and being able to choose just because, other people, I think there was like one other person that used an evolution. I can't remember. But yeah, how was those battles? There's going to be a lot of cutting here, but I'm very curious how some of these battles went. We're not going to be able to we're not going to be able to go through some of these fights for the other playthroughs we've done, but for this one at least, could you go through the last one? Because I believe that one was the one that decided
I actually
who
have it
won
open
overall.
now. I'm playing it now.
Okay.
So my Mimikyu was actually called Bakura. Your Lycanroc was called Cinder.
Yeah,
based off your dog.
my doggo. I love my dog.
Okay, Cinder starts off with Stealth Rock. You were playing the strategy of Stealth Rock in this battle. And we battled
Yep.
at level 80. Holy Christ.
That was our last level?
Yes.
Oh, what? That's so weird.
It was after the rocket stuff.
Oh, that makes so much sense. I remember that taking so long for me to get around to doing.
Anyways, you used Iron Tail and Mimikyu. I used Disguise, so I didn't take any damage. Cinder goes down with a critical hit. This is a 22 turn battle, by the way.
Wow.
Okay, next. So Slowbro, you called your Slowbro Marley.
Marley.
I
don't remember why I called it Marley. I just did.
I don't know why, man. Oh, and also we used the Ultra Necrozma battle theme in this battle.
That's
cool.
Or
at least I did.
I probably used Champion
because
theme,
it was
I
a
think.
final battle.
I think I used Champion How.
Oh my gosh. I was kicking your ass with Mimikyu, man. Marley's just tanking it.
Did you manage to get like a Sword Stance in or something?
No, I was just using regular attacks. You were just stalling.
What?
You used Rain Dance.
Wait,
why did you Red Health before you got to Red Health?
Wait, why did I send in Slowbro?
I don't know. I took down both your Slowbro and Lycanroc with Mimikyu.
Why did I send out?
I don't know.
Why?
So your Jolteon was called Dasher.
Yep, I remember that one. Yep.
You had an air balloon on it.
Didn't matter. You had a Mimikyu out.
Play on this.
My lord.
Jolteon used Thunder. Got Mimikyu down to 32.
That was why I used Rain Dance.
Yeah, I had a Citrus Berry on like a Mimikyu. Barely. Okay, overdid over half on Jolteon.
My lord.
And I believe, okay, you're about to use Thunder again. Seriously, we're going by play through this podcast. This is awesome. So Mimikyu went down to Jolteon's thing, and then I sent in Alakazam for some reason.
Well, Alakazam's decent.
And
Spadef would survive Thunder.
I did Mega Bulb? I could have sworn I got the Mega Stone before this. Okay, you used... Oh, wait, no, I didn't send out Alakazam. I sent out Nightshade. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I sent out Zoroark. But Jolteon was faster and just did short work on it. So Nightshade goes down. Oh, right, I called Arcanine Joey. Hey, Joey. Oh, I remember loving this thing. I loved my Arcanine. Oh, this brings back memories. Joey. I named him after Joey Wheeler. Okay, you use Volt Switch with Dasher, and you switch out Jolteon. I healed up with Citrus Berry. I am giving you the play-by-play hard right now. We're going through history. You named your Incineroar Crimson.
I do remember that.
And then it became Joey versus Crimson.
Wait, was that Fire versus Fire in the rain?
No, the rain was already over.
Okay.
Okay, I switch out Arcanine, and I go into Primarina. So now it's starter versus starter.
Smart.
You use cross chop on a Primarina. Did over half with a crit.
Oh, that's why.
Also, I believe you had Life Orb on this thing.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
You withdrew Crimson and send in Chili, the shiny Glalie.
Nice. Why did I do that?
to tank my water attacks.
I guess, but I don't resist. I don't know why I did
Critical hit on, and you had Rocky Helmet on your Glalie too,
that.
and I had Shell Bell on Dodger,
Dodger.
and you had goddamn Freeze Dry, which is super effective on water types.
Oh, that's what I did. I remember that now. Why didn't I send out Dash? Oh, because I didn't have a clean switch.
Okay, then I send in Lily, the Ampharos.
Okay.
Oh, Lily was so cool. So I'm down to 3 Pokemon. You're still up to 4. You tried using Sheer Cold, but missed.
Oh, you.
Yes, you tried Sheer Colding. I think you tried again, actually. No. You used Blizzard, but I avoided again, and I used Power Gem. I literally used the Power Gem to KO.
What am I doing?
You were a fool. So now it's down to 3-3. Next
Why
out
did I
is
do
Rosie,
that?
the Tesserina.
Why did I do that?
Okay, Tesserina used High Jump Kick, and that did decent damage. Okay, about half. I basically had mostly Citrus Berries on my team.
Yeah, because you didn't really. You weren't going all in like I always did.
Signal Beam on the Tesserina. It's super effective, but didn't do a lot damage. Use High Jump Kick again. You still land it, dick. And Rosie still survives.
Yeesh.
With another Citrus Berry being used. This is turn 18 I'm currently on. High Jump Kick again. Doesn't miss. You get the hit, and Lily goes down.
Why am I using a fighting move?
On the grass type? I have no idea. So I go back into Joey. Now, I believe I think I used Extreme Speed on the next turn, and it actually didn't work because of Cream's Majesty. I could be wrong. No, I used Flamethrower. Because I was faster.
Why didn't I switch? Oh, because I didn't have a good switch. That makes sense.
Yeah. And Crimson's still left. Anyway,
Oh.
go back into Dasher the Jolteon against Arcanine. It's 2-2, both yellow health. Joey goes down to Dasher. So my last Pokemon is a Bra.
A what?
Yes, Alakazam. That's correct. And I Mega Evolve. Wait, I didn't Mega Evolve again? I could have sworn I got the Mega Stone. Did I seriously not get the Mega Stone?
Probably not. I don't think either of us Mega Evolved.
Anyways, use Psychic on Dasher, KO the Dasher, but we both know your last Pokemon now is Crimson.
Yep.
And this is the second to last turn. Never mind, this is the last turn. I use Recover, like a fool, thinking I can survive the attack, but I believe you just used Darkest Lariat and KO me.
Dang. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you won that battle. But it was down to both of our last Pokemon once more.
Mm.
We were both like,
that was,
oh my god.
Yeah, that was the first time we had beaten a playthrough with our rule set, and that was exhilarating. I did not expect that play by the way. Wow.
Sorry, but you asked me to play the battle, so
that was so cool.
Oh, frick you! I still have a battle from the second Ultra Race, and my team was Melodic, Ribombee, Crobat.
Oh
Red
yeah,
Champ,
yeah. So
Incineroar and Zarwark.
We tried an Ultra Race 2.0 simply because we were like, hey, no, we're not done with this. We want to try this again, like with actually 4 people, and it didn't happen. It kind of just died off. It was me, you, Big L. No, Big L didn't come back. No, yeah, it was you, me, the person that I had, the first member of my Discord, and then Tenacity? Was that it?
I think Tenacity. Yeah, Tenacity was a part of that. And
yeah.
I think Bread. Wasn't Bread a part of that?
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
His name kept changing. We'll call him Bread.
It was me and Bread versus you and Tenacity.
Yeah, and then that did that even come off the ground? No, we did start it. No. We did start it. Yeah,
we did start it.
We did start it. He used Bread used the event Munchlax.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started it. We got to about Hala and then stopped.
And then we kept going for a little while longer.
And then
we both actually had a shiny on this playthrough too. We never finished it, but we know they had a shiny. He got a shiny Metagross. Just to spite me, and I had a shiny Machamp.
I got a shiny Beldum just to spite this fucker.
Because I had gotten a Machamp
Yeah. Out of
early in the game because
nowhere.
it was the first Machop I found in 10 Carat Hill.
Out of nowhere, he goes up to 10 Carat Hill just to get a claim, and then all of a sudden, it's just a shiny Machop.
It was legit the first Machop I found.
Oh my
I
lord.
remember that. It was the first one in that area. I'm like, oh my god, shiny!
That's not the first time. That's not the first time. Wait, no, that is the first time, but it's not the last time. So basically, first Ultra Race, I got a shiny Galele. And then second Ultra Race, he gets a shiny Machop, then I get a shiny Beldum. And then after that, was it X and Y or was it Heart Gold Soul Silver?
Okay, so then after the Ultra Race, I believe the next playthrough we did was... Oh my god, what was after
I
the
think it
Ultra
was
Race?
X and Y.
Was it X and Y?
because
No. X and Y came a bit later. I think we went retro. I think the second playthrough we did was either Heart Gold or Black and White.
It was... Oh, wait. I can't remember which one happened first. We can actually check the message. I think Heart Gold Soul Silver came first. Yes, it did. I think it was Heart Gold Soul Silver. Then I think it was Heart Gold Soul Silver Black and White X and Y, or it was Heart Gold Soul Silver X and Y Black and White.
No, we did Black and White before X and Y. I could have sworn we did.
Okay, we'll just go.
Did we?
So I remember X and Y happened because I remember we were doing like this whole plan with like an egg lock and stuff.
Oh, right, X and Y. Okay,
I think X and Y happened in between Heart Gold Soul Silver and Black and White.
It might have.
Because we went 2D, 3D, 2D, 3D. 3D,
something
no,
like-
3D, 2D, 3D, 2D.
Yeah, I believe
So
so.
Heart Gold Soul Silver would be next.
Right. And Heart Gold Soul Silver, we had a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, with the limitations at the time, we kind of didn't have the opportunity to what's it called? Battle each other because
No.
we didn't know about the whole internet thing. So we couldn't battle each other. But I remember there was an old rule we used to play with that we don't actually play with anymore. I don't remember if you
yeah,
remember
I
this.
do remember.
Every 2 gyms,
we would drop a team member.
basically get rid of one Pokemon
Yeah,
as a claim.
we would drop a claim from one of our Pokemon every 2 gyms. In theory, if you claim more than 8 Pokemon, you'd be able to save your team, basically, in a way.
Basically.
But we did this to try to like spice it up, even though simply because we couldn't fight. Also, the fact that, as we explained, Black and White, and we explained Black and White. There was also, I think, we're also forgetting one more playthrough, Platinum.
Right, Platinum. Oh
So
my
I
God,
believe it was
forgot about
Heart Gold Soul Silver, Platinum, X, Y, Black and White. I think Black and White was the last one we did before Scarlet Violet, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think that's true. This is why we're saying 2019 was a packed year, because we did all 4 of those playthroughs before Sword and Shield came out. We were done with all 4 of those
God, we
playthroughs before
did.
Sword and Shield came
Oh
out,
my
and that was the end of
God.
2019. So from the start of from either the end of 2018 when Ultra Sun and Moon came out. No. Yes. Like sometime like a month or 2 after Ultra Sun and Moon came out, we started that playthrough, and on the high that was Ultra Sun and Moon's Ultra Race, we did 4 Pokemon playthroughs back to back right after.
We were crazy, man.
So we're probably going to say them out of order, but it doesn't really matter. They all happen around the same time. So Heart Gold and Silver was first, right? Like we mentioned, this was a rule we used in this playthrough, but none of the other ones, because the rest of the playthroughs we were able to do something about the battling, except for Platinum, obviously. So actually, I'm thinking it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll say it in the order that they get said. But Heart Gold and Silver was fun. You could probably find our teams relatively easily. In fact, I could too. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of long cuts.
We used them in Black and White, that's why.
Right, yeah. So for both the teams for Platinum and the teams for Heart Gold Soul Silver, after we had beaten the games, by the time we got around to Black and White and beat that, we were able to transfer our Pokemon up from Gen 4. I believe we actually transferred both teams up, right?
Yeah. But we didn't save the battle. Here's the thing. We didn't save the battle recording for Heart Gold Soul Silver. That's the only problem.
Why didn't we?
Because there's only one video per file.
Yeah, so per file. So basically, we ended up saving the Black and White battle, both of us. Only saved the Black and White battle.
which I do currently have up, and I have our teams
Oh
from
my
Black and White.
lord. Okay, before we get to that, could you check the PC so you can see your teams? I'm gonna pull up my white copy.
Like,
Yeah,
what do
your
you mean our
platinum team and
teams?
your platinum team and your soul silver, your hard gold team. Sorry,
Oh, Platinum's still in Platinum. We never transferred them. Remember?
we never fought platinum teams.
No, we never
Oh,
did.
I think you rejected me because you wanted to use platinum. I think
think
you
I
wanted to
kept
use your
them in
team on platinum.
because of Battle Revolution.
Yes, you did. You wanted to keep them in Gen 4 so you could still use them.
Yeah.
But for
My
Hard Gold Soul
team,
Silver,
I
you said you
remember
were
my Gen.
willing to
I
sacrifice.
actually remember my Gen 4 team.
I don't
what they
remember
are.
mine. I only remember Leaf Jr.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are basically reliving our history podcast. We are legit going back to the old games we used to play so long ago. And we're basically just reminiscing at this point. This podcast episode has not just been a podcast episode. This has been a recap of me and his history. This is basically what this podcast has become. And you know what? I think it's going to be genuinely a nice ride to go through. Because honestly, our battle history has been very interesting. We've had a lot of close battles, and Black and White, particularly, was one of the most closest battles we've ever had. We mentioned it in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet playthrough, that Black and White is one of our top playthrough battles. Or no, it was in the episode 1 we actually mentioned it. Because in Black and White, we were basically even. We were stacked. We were both had teams that would just go against each other. And in the other playthroughs, yeah, some of them were a bit drafts, sweeps, like in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But honestly, we've been rivals and playing these playthroughs and, battling each other to our heart's content, for a good while still. And honestly, just to go back and finally recheck what we did back then has honestly been a trip. And the only reason why we're doing this is because something very special after this specific podcast episode is going to be happening. Something very, very special.
Yeah, I believe I'm definitely going to pack my. I'm going to pack one of my 3DSs and all of my Pokemon games, and I'm gonna take that to you just so we can see some stuff. Unfortunately, we won't be able to have that platinum battle because my platinum team is on Black and White. But
it's funny, in Black and White we never beat Alder.
We still haven't done that, no.
Nope. To this day.
Okay, so I have both my teams. So basically, Harkle Soul Silver, my team for that was Feraligatr, Sudowoodo, Ninetales, Mismagius, Heracross, and Snorlax. I loved this team.
Hang on. Let me go ahead and go. I'm in the Kumo town right now. Hang on, let me go in the piece.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I believe they're in. Oh, here they are. I got them. Okay, so my team was the following. My team was Typhlosion, Scizor, Ampharos, the shiny red Gyarados, Golem, and Glaceon.
Yeah. Very, very epic. This also confirms that we did Harkle Soul Silver before Platinum. I think we did Platinum right after. Also, based on the story of how Sceptile got his Pokemon games, the reason why Harkle Soul Silver and Platinum happened around the same time, right after one after the other, was because he got those games at the same time, one after the other. And I was like, hey, first time playing through the games, you're playing those with me, boy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, why not? So we restarted Harkle Soul Silver. We played through that, and he was like, wait, I'm gonna use the Glaceon, so I'm not gonna restart Platinum yet. And then he went to the Icy Rock, got the Glaceon, then he restarted Platinum. So
yeah, that is what happened. Oh my god.
Yep, I remember some stuff. Okay,
Damn.
So speaking of Platinum, my team for Platinum was Torterra, Bibarel, Houndoom, Raichu, Medicham, and Altaria. Some of these names are so cool.
My Platinum team was basically a lot of Gen 4 Pokemon, but here we go. We got Infernape, Staraptor, Porygon Z, Mamoswine, Roserade, and Floatzel. And yes, I did that off my head. I did not fill up my game for that. That is legit me remembering my team.
It's relatively easy to remember the said team because it's a lot of very, very used Sinnoh Pokemon.
Which was no problem for me. It was my first playthrough through Sinnoh.
Yeah, I mean, it was your first playthrough through Sinnoh, so it makes sense that you used a lot of the more common Pokemon because you've never really used them before. So for me, it was my fourth playthrough through Sinnoh, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a little creative. Raichu, Bidoof, yes. But yeah,
I like how you said that. Right, you doof. Yes.
Monkey.
okay, now here's the big one, because we did eventually battle our Heart Crystal Silver teams, but only I transferred my Platinum team up. So for Heart Crystal Silver, I think that was a sweep on your end. I think you sweeped me.
Because you weren't feeling good during that battle.
Yeah, so I was like sick. So I was like, you know what? I want to do this battle anyway. Let's do this fight. And then I got shat on. So
Yeah.
oh well. But Black and White though, that was a fight. That was a fight. So my team.
Do we want to do another play-by-play here?
Sure. My team was Embor, Musharna, Cinccino, Galvantula, Seismotoad, and Golurk. What was your team?
All right. So my team was Vanillux, Simisear, Scrafty, Scolipede, Electros, and Samurott.
That's such a
That
goofy
was my
team.
team.
I don't remember that being your team. That's so goofy, but so good.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the play-by-play here of the Pokemon Black and White final. This was the final battle, by the way, and this one was so close.
I think we fought 3 times in that playthrough. No, just the once, right?
Because we figured out about the online thing towards the end.
Yeah, I only learned about the thingy until we were like 6 gym badges in. I was like, okay, we're just gonna wait.
Okay, Vanillux was called Crystal,
Okay.
and Jess was your Musharna. So
Yes.
it started off with Vanillux versus Musharna. I started off with Hail, because I wanted Vanillux to just basically get as much damage as possible. You start setting up Calm Mind.
Yep, that makes sense.
So, okay, obviously buffed by Hail. Yes, when Hail was in the games, it's not snow, it's hail here. I use Blizzard. I actually get damage on you. So you tried hypnosing me, putting me to sleep. Didn't work. I Blizzard again for some reason. I have no idea why. Oh, I remember this stupid Musharna. You had Moonlight on this thing.
I did. Oh man.
You stally son of a bitch.
Calm Mind with Moonlight. You cannot beat the strategy.
I used my third Blizzard. Is that enough to KO? And by 1 HP, you survived.
Oh my lord. Bruh.
So you heal up again with Moonlight, but I believe... Oh no, wait, Hail's still on. I think I use... Okay, I use Ice Beam. I switched to Ice Beam for once. And I finally take down Jess. So basically the one Calm Mind did nothing.
Yeah, no.
And that was the final term of Hail. So then you send in Samantha, the Minccino. I forgot why you had a Minccino. And somehow you land the Singable. I don't understand that.
Oh my lord. Why did I keep Sing? But it worked out, so I don't care.
Crystal's asleep, and then you start using Wake Up Slap.
Oh yeah, that's the strategy. Good strategy though.
You did a lot of damage. You got me down to 49. I use Hail again. Because I was an idiot, apparently.
I think you were like, it doesn't matter what move I pick, I'm asleep. But you didn't realize I was going to use Wake Up Slap.
Yeah. I forgot Vanillux even had Ice Body as an ability. So you use Wake Up Slap again, and I get taken down. So that's 1-1. One Pokemon each on both sides have fainted.
That's insane.
Remember, this is one of our closest battles ever.
I had some good strategies though.
So here's the Pokemon that actually survived to the end. Arthur. I sent him out second.
Really?
I did. Yes, I'm serious.
What?
You switch out and switch into your Golem from the Minccino. I use High Jump Kick. It obviously doesn't affect
It
Roy.
misses, so you lose half your health.
I took half my health.
That was why he was at half health. That was why he was at half health at the end of the fight.
Apparently, you put Fly on your freaking gig.
Yeah, he was my HM slave for Fly. That's why I swapped him out. That's why I got rid of my Kafugrigus.
So, I switch out Arthur after you start flying because I don't want to get affected. I send in Greg of all things, which is Samurai.
Oh, your starter against a Fly?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not stab, but still, that's gonna do some damage.
And you had Life Orb on this Golem too.
Oh, that's right.
This Golurk, sorry. You withdrew him and send in Larry, which I believe, Seismotoad.
Wait, why did I send out Seismotoad? What?
To tank my Surf.
Bruh. I wouldn't even tank it that much. I'm a ground type.
And you use Sludge Bomb. You had Sludge Bomb in this thing.
Oh, yep. I
It
do remember
got
that.
me down to 26.
What? With one sludge bomb?
Yeah.
What the
But then
hell?
I took you down the next turn with Surf.
How did I do so much damage?
So then you go back into Samantha for some reason.
Yep.
I don't know what you were thinking.
I had Bullet
I
Seed.
use Aqua Jet.
I have Bullet Seed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And you KO'd me with Bullet Seed.
Yeah, that's why I did that.
Jerk. Okay, so then Chino took down Greg. We're still even on Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's 2-2. Two
It's,
Pokemon
it's
each
one
taken
KO
down.
after another, yeah.
Hayden comes out. You miss. Oh no! You land the Sing again. You jerk! I think I remember getting pissed at this. I'm like, how is he landing this?
Lord. Yes.
Then you missed your tail slap. I'm still asleep. Hayden's just not having a good time. Yeah, Simisear's out here. Okay, then you finally got tail slap off. Hits the 2 times, obviously. Oh. You had Shell Bell on this thing too? What the hell?
But I
No,
had
you
Shell Bell?
on Samantha.
Oh, I guess I did. I don't remember that.
Another 2 hits of tail slap later. I think I wake up. Yes, I wake up, and Hayden uses Fire Blast and hits. I don't remember if this is KO'd though.
Probably.
And it did!
Yeah, Samantha's pretty frail.
Hayden pulled through and KO'd the Pokemon. Next up, you sent out Bob the Embor.
Why are you... My Golurk isn't
Wait, I
dead
had
here.
Acrobats on my Hayden? What?
That's really
It almost
smart.
one-shot Embor?
Wait, but why didn't I send out Golurk?
No idea.
Why didn't I send out Golurk? What?
And I survived your arm thrust and actually KO'd Bob with Hayden.
What? I'm
I
an
KO'd
idiot.
Pokemon with
What?
Stimmy's here.
What the hell?
I don't know. Then you go back into Golurk with Roy. I use Acrobats again, hoping to get some good damage. Hayden's just wrecking your crap, and then you Shadow Punch a KO Hayden.
Why did I use Shadow Punch?
Oh no!
I have Earthquake.
Anyways, I go into Bella, which is obviously not affected by Ground type.
Right.
You use Shadow Punch again. So you can actually use 69 health. Nice.
Nice.
I forgot Bella even had Crunch. Anyway, Rory goes down to a Crunch. This is turn 22, by the way. We have 4 turns left. Next, you go into Alex, which was your Galvantula.
I got eventually, yes.
I think this was your last Pokemon.
This was, yes.
You crit Bella and take her down.
Wow, that crit mattered.
And then I go into Sally, who is my Scolipede.
Wait, I only have 1 Pokemon. You had 3?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Comeback of the century.
Yeah. So you use Thunder on Scolipede.
I
and
land it.
Yes. And you got me down to 23.
My lord.
I use another Sludge Bomb. It's not enough to take it out. You use Volt Switch and KO Sally here.
Holy crap.
And then the final turn. Scrafty and
that's
Galvantula.
right. I have
Both
Wide
yellow
Lens.
HP. Anybody's win. We don't know who was faster. We chose our moves, and you landed a goddamn Thunder, KOing Arthur. You got so lucky at the end of that battle, but we were both so close to dying. It was just so close at the end.
The actual reason why I landed both of those Thunders is because I had Compound's Eyes and Wide Lens.
So, yeah. Legitimately,
No, Tinted Lens. That's right. And Wide Lens.
Again, we were both starstruck by that battle.
Dude.
Like, we both were
I don't
towards the
remember
end of
that
that
fight
battle.
being that much of a comeback. Holy shit.
Yeah, you came back in that battle. You were basically on the verge of losing, and I was on the verge of winning, but then your Galvantula just wrecked.
I was like, no, fuck this. I sweep.
Basically.
Holy shit.
None of the other Pokemon could take you down.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh my lord. Wow. So yeah, that was the black and white fight. The fabled black and white fight we mentioned back in episode 1. There you go, chat. Whoops, that was not did I
Are
say
you in
chat?
streamer mode? You're apparently in
I
streamer
went
mode
into
tonight.
streamer mode. My brain's used to streaming at this time, okay? It's weird that I'm not streaming today.
That's tomorrow, pal.
Tomorrow afternoon, indeed. Holy crap, that's hilarious. I cannot believe that happened. That's wow. Simply
Yeah.
wow. Oh man, I'm a little sad that I just checked I only have the black and white battle video, so
I mean, to be fair, I think I have one more we could actually check out. I think I still have the X and Y one.
oh I think cuz I haven't reset my X. I probably have it too. Can I do a play by play? Oh wait,
sure.
would I have it? Cuz it saves
Have it?
internally, right?
Yeah,
Cuz black
yeah,
and
I
white
can
saves
check.
on the cartridge. But I want to see if I could do the play by play.
Let's go ahead and both check if we both have it, just in case.
Yeah, because there's a chance I don't, because it might be on my old. No, it wouldn't. It would be on this green. It would be on this. It would be on my 2DS XL. I was using my 2DS XL for X, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
I remember having that
Yeah.
because I got X and Ultra Moon around the same time.
I was always using my new 3DS XL.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me. You remember getting my new 2DS XL with Ultra Moon from that mall GameStop, right? You remember that?
do.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Because I've changed SD cards here and there, so.
I have it.
You have it? Okay, before you do the play-by-play, I want to see if I can do the play-by-play. Because if I can do the play-by-play, I will. I want to do one. At least one.
Now with Pokemon X and Y, let's talk about it while you're searching.
Yes.
With Pokemon X and Y, this playthrough was very special. This is the first time we did a themed co-op playthrough.
It's in the key items, right?
We did heroes versus villains.
Yeah, that was a theme. That was so much fun.
Gala was on the side of villains. I was the heroes. So my team for this playthrough was Raichu, Delphox, Blastoise, Florges, Auroras, and an anti-hero in the form of Shiny Grumpig.
Yep, that was the other shiny.
Oh my god. So the story with this was, while grinding for the next gym, because we were trying to get to about level 25 for our battle and stuff, I randomly, just after I healed like 3 encounters into just finding Pokemon to faint, I found a random shiny Spoink. And we made a rule for this playthrough, like, any shinies were fair game and we could use them. And I'm like, well, yeah, sure. Why not? So I used a shiny Grumpig for this playthrough. It did alright. I'm not gonna say it did great. I'm gonna say it did alright. Surprisingly, on my new 3DS, I only have the last battle. I don't think I saved the rest of the replays.
I don't think you did. But one note before we get back to the play-by-plays. This 3DS is kind of wonky. For example, one of the right hinge is broken. So I could take the top screen almost all the way off. I don't even know if it's gonna work. I don't even know if there's an SD. Is there even an SD card in here? Right? Is this pointless? This is pointless. There's no SD in here.
So should I just start the
And
battle
I'm
replay?
pretty sure I wiped the SD card when I moved it over to the new 3DS.
So you probably lost the battle video then.
Yes, I lost it.
Okie dokie. So, Gallo probably doesn't remember his team, but I have his team right here from the playthrough. So for the villain team, it was
on
you
my
basically
home.
picked
Wait, do I even?
the opposite of basically mine.
Yes, I did. So basically, we were like, you know what? We want a hero versus villain team. I'll just pick whatever you don't pick. Or whatever you pick, I'll pick the opposite of. And we just did that back and forth until it worked. It was good.
So basically, your final team was Tyrantrum, Greninja, Charizard, Aegislash, what I'm talking Meowstic, and Roserade. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I won this battle.
Yes, you did.
Are you sure? Let's go ahead and check the play-by-play just to see. I think I won this one.
I genuinely believe that you did. And I know exactly why, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, and I had the
spoil it.
Lysander theme playing.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I was facing a villain. Oh, right, she was called Sparky, and your Roserade was called Violet.
Yes.
And we battled at level 75!
Wow. Oh, I'm gonna have to explain one of my names after this fight because.
So I start off
that's
with
a
Light
throwback.
Screen. I start off with Light Screen with Raichu, and you start off with Toxic. Goddamn Toxic.
I guess
You
that
and your
wasn't the first time I
poison,
used
man.
that strat. It's like, wow. Apparently, I used that strat
Raichu was
before.
switched out. I switched into Magician the Delphox. You actually switched out from Violet and switched into Don Fluffles.
So Don Fluffles, really quickly, while Don Fluffles uses a move, Don Fluffles was actually from SAO Abridged, Sword Art Online Abridged. If you know what that's from, if you don't, look it up. It's hilarious.
So you get a crit on Shadow Ball, and I miss my Will-O-Wisp, and you basically
Wow.
take down Magician with Fluffles.
Go
Don
Don Fluffles!
You know what? I think that's exactly what you said in the battle.
Probably.
So
I
I
wouldn't be
switched
surprised.
into Squirts, the Blastoise, and Mega Evolve. Apparently,
That was early.
I don't know why I Mega Evolved so early, but I guess I had a strategy. You use Light Screen with Don Fluffles, so we're both Light Screen at this point. Oh, I had Dark Pulse. That's why. Dang, that did half HP.
Wait,
Citrus on the Don Fluffles. Yeah, it only did half.
Wow.
Don Fluffles with the Citrus Berry. Light Screen wears off on my side.
Oh,
You
light
use
screen.
a good,
That's
powerful Psychic. Yeah, I did a quarter. Yeah, I put Dark Pulse on Blastoise.
What?
I think I basically KO'd with Dark Pulse on your Don Fluffles with my Blastoise. I think I just wanted to counter Don Fluffles or something, or H-Slash, actually. Anyways, Don Fluffle goes down. You go back into Violet. And now I switch out into Riley, which was Shiny Grumpig,
Mm-hmm.
and you toxic it again.
Let's go.
You dick.
Let's go.
You were a jerk back then in these battles. You threw Violet again into Rogue, which I think was Greninja. Yes.
Yes, my Rouge the Greninja, Rogue the Greninja.
And then I used Psychic, so obviously Dark type, Psychic type. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work.
Didn't do anything.
And your Greninja had Dark Pulse, which did a lot of damage to Riley. But once again, Citrus Sap comes in.
Yep. Citrus
I had
Berry.
Focus Blast on Riley. I forgot.
What?
And it actually almost KO'd too. That's
So
the
is it
funny
Mega
part.
Blastoise?
No, this is the shiny Grumpig.
Oh, who Mega Evolved? I forgot.
Blastoise.
Blastoise did Mega Evolve. Okay.
Anyway, Grumpig goes down to another Dark Pulse. Forgot I even had the Focus Blast. I go into Sparky again, because obviously Greninja.
Yep.
And you stay in for some reason, use a Dark Pulse, and I believe I just KO with Thunderbolt here.
Yeah, why didn't
Yeah.
I switch?
I don't know.
I have a Rock type and a Grass type and a Steel
Yeah.
type. What?
Anyways, we're both even again at 2 Pokemon each. Fainted. Violet comes out for the 3rd time this battle. You avoid my something, and then you KO'd me with a critical hit Sludge Bomb.
Dang, I didn't go for Toxic. Wow, that's surprising.
Because I was already poisoned.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
Rosé! I did Aurora's Rosé!
You had... Wait, you named what?
Aurora's Rosé! I forgot I did that!
Was that
Okay.
Ralsei, like Deltarune Ralsei?
Yes!
Okay, so that dated our playthrough, chat. I mean, fudge! Why did it do it again?
Anyway, Aurora's used as Hyper Beam and KO's Violet. Now, this same Aurora's pretty much take out you two, and then you send in the goddamn Aegis Slash. I have to recharge because of
Alexander.
You use a 4 times effective Iron Head and just wipe me out. Dick.
Was this the last fight?
Yes, this is the last fight.
And I one-shot the Auroras?
Yep, with Iron Head.
Oh, it was a previous fight that used the refrigerate strat.
The Ancient Power and swept your team. Anyway, I go back into Squirts and KO Alexander with 1 Dark Pulse.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Okay, Zark X comes out, which is your Charizard.
Yes,
so now this
sir.
basically turns into a Charizard X versus Mega Blastoise fight. I don't think it lasts long because I'm on low HP. But we'll see here. Anyway, Zarex uses Dragon Claw with Tough because your Mega Charizard X had the Tough Claws ability, which means the attack was boosted, which means Mega Blastoise didn't stand a chance. I still had Grass Pixie left, which was my Florges.
Mm-hmm. That's not gonna do
And
a
your
whole
Charizard
lot.
good damage for now. I don't think it did. No, it actually didn't do much damage, but you burned me.
Mm-hmm.
And I used Moonblast, which
It's gonna do neutral.
yeah, it did neutral, and it barely did a quarter of your HP. But
Wow.
I got your special attack down.
I guess that does matter. Even though I used Dragon Claw
Used Inferno and
Flare
I
Blitz.
avoided it again.
I used Inferno. I don't have Inferno
Because
by
you
the way
can't use
anymore.
Dragon Claw, remember? I'm fairy.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
So you take another full hit of Moonblast, almost KOs you. I avoid 2 Infernos. And then
Wow.
KO Charizard with Moonblast.
Why did I spam Inferno? That was a
Because
50%
I'm
accurate
fairy
move.
type.
I had Air Slash.
You did?
Yes, I'm looking at the movesets right now. I at least had Air
Okay.
Slash.
And your final Pokemon was Rex, the Tyrantrum. I believe I was fast enough, and I got the KO with Moonblast on Rex.
Dang.
And that was the battle.
Wow. I don't remember that fight, but that fight was like down to like last 1-1 again, right?
Raichu fainted, Delphox fainted, Blastoise fainted, Grumpig fainted, Aurora's fainted. Yeah, it was 1-1
Wow.
again.
Wow.
You had 2 Pokemon left, and I was able to clutch the victory.
Because of the strategy that you left your fairy type against my 2 dragons. That was really lucky.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude. I don't even remember our black and white. I mean, I don't remember our X and Y fight being that close. That's insane.
It was.
I believe that
Yeah,
actually
right?
covers all of it, right? Because we covered. Splatin never had
And
a
the
fight.
most recent playthrough was the
Scarlet and
Pokemon
Violet, yeah.
Scarlet and Violet co-op.
And that whole
playthrough.
thing's on YouTube. You should watch if you haven't. At least watch the last episode so you can see what we're talking about. But that fight was crazy too. But yeah, that's wow.
Every playthrough we've ever done together.
That's not even including all the shiny hunting stuff, but we plan on saving that for a different episode, honestly.
But that is
insane.
Okay, it's not every single battle we've ever that's basically the most co-op battles we've had. We battled in co-op when we got the opportunity.
Oh, there were
But that was
several
all of them.
battles. There were several like very competitive battles that we've had like in Showdown and stuff. Through the history of my server, especially. But those aren't as eventful as, these story playthroughs. Because a lot of these playthroughs we did because because I got like new copies or he got new copies, playing through for the first time. That was my second ever playthrough of X and Y since I started like getting invested into Pokemon, right? Y2. Yes, so he was the second and third experience in the 2D era, right? So I don't know. It was great. I had a lot of fun. And to the years to come and to the next couple days when we're going to meet. Like, it's like the next 5 days? We're meeting in like 5 days, dude.
Yep, we're meeting in 5 days. That is why we've created this episode, because we're happy to announce something huge. Something huge for both of us in our lifetimes.
Yeah, so
we have been keeping this a bit of a secret. We've been mentioning like little tidbits here and there.
We actually revealed this last episode.
We did, but we'll reveal it here again. In 5 days from this podcast.
No. In 5 days from the recording day, legit, by the time this episode came out, we would have met each other already.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. So, this episode was basically this episode was planned to come out. We met in New York City on Sunday after this recording, because we wanted to just go back, honestly, and just talk about what we were like in our, previous years of Pokemon. Because we've never really talked about that publicly. And to have an opportunity to finally go back and actually experience what we did back then, talk about the teams we had, talk about the moments, it was, oh my god. You know what? I remember, now that I'm remembering stuff, I remember a moment back in Pokemon Platinum. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember you went crazy looking for the lucky egg after I found one pretty quick.
I spent a legit week trying to farm Chanseys until I got a lucky egg. That shit was awful.
I don't think you got it.
And then in Pokemon, in my Soul Silver playthrough, I spent a solid month hunting Lugia.
Which grinded the playthrough to a halt.
Yeah, never got that. In black and white playthrough, I spent 2 weeks going in the double grass trying to get a shiny Minccino. Didn't get that. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time, but this mad lad stuck with me.
What about when I tried to go for shiny Mesprit and I never got it?
Oh yeah, how long did that last? Like a week?
A while.
Yeah. Tried that for a little too long. To be fair though, throughout the whole time he was trying to hunt, he was like, this is revenge, this is revenge, this is revenge, this is revenge. For the month that I spent having to make him wait while I was hunting Lugia.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else we can say right now.
No, I think we pretty much went over everything. I mean, in the end, I think the conclusion to this big story is that our friendship, me and Gala's friendship, overall, has been a very positive friendship. Overall, not just with Pokemon, but also relating to each other with the games and being able to play with somebody that maybe hasn't experienced it. Like me, like I didn't experience most of them, and to play it with somebody I'm still getting to know and starting to get comfortable with was honest to God a genuine experience. To just be around somebody when I'm playing it, saying like things like, "Oh, this happened. Hey, this happened." It's genuinely fun, to play with somebody that understands what you're playing through and does it alongside you, like with gyms and everything else in between. So that's why we did so many playthroughs, because we genuinely liked the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, that's why we decided to do the Scarlet and Violet playthrough, because we wanted to relive one of our most cherished things we've ever done, and to actually have it recorded and posted somewhere that people can enjoy it too.
Yeah. Some of my most valuable memories are the memories that I shared with this bozo. Like this is why he is my best friend. Right. So, listen, socially awkward people out there. If you're like 14, 15, you're looking for people, don't go on Amino. Well, I guess you could. Just obviously be careful.
Be
but
very careful on the
but
meal.
listen, right? If you're looking for a friend, challenge them to a Pokemon battle and make sure you kick their ass.
Oh God, that's not a good message. Oh God, it has been honest to God a real treat to go back in the past for just a brief moment.
But I didn't even expect you to have any of those fights still. That was awesome.
I keep memories. They're true memories. Why would I get rid of them?
I did it on accident. I'm kind of just an idiot.
Ah, don't say that. We make mistakes, so don't worry about it, my friend. We still have, even though you may have lost the video, you still have the memory of the battle itself. You still have the joy. You still have the suspense. You still remember the emotions you were probably feeling in that battle. And that is something that nothing in this world can take away from you.
Indeed. Well said. Anyway, I think it's safe to say that this episode is officially over.
I
Thank
would say
you
so.
so much for watching. Um, I think I don't know if this is gonna get picked up, but one of my Pokemon has a little word to say. That is Alexander, this Aegislash, saying goodbye. That was absolutely cheesy. I feel like I'm 13 again, saying the worst shit I could have said in Fluffkin the Porygon. But you know what? Other than that, goodbye.
This has been Septile720, and hope you have a great day.
I need to pee.